Alrighty, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate your love and support. If consider checking out more videos if you love Scareclaw, definitely the best channel on YouTube to be part of the Scareclaw community, whether it be for here on Master Duel or here in the TCG. So definitely consider checking out the YouTube channel and like, following, and subscribing if you're not already. Here you guys can go through and see the deck profile. I'll just quickly break down, right? We love that Maxi is really good in this deck, same as any deck, of course. But this helps us get our extender cards, or any of your board breaker cards. So it's a win-win with the deck. It helps speed it up extra even more and thin out the deck and help give you the missing pieces you need, or it just gives you something to make them waste and negate, like an Ash or a Call By, right? Because you don't want them Call By in like one of the level 3s primarily. So if they Call By like Maxi, fantastic, right? We got them to waste on that. We don't want them to use it on this if they're smart, but of course they don't know what deck you're, more than likely playing potentially, right? They're probably going to Call By this. You don't want them Call By on any of our level 3s. Uh, so yeah, so that's that. So we want to max out all the 3s, of course, to help with the deck. You want to max out all, 3 of the rich hearts. I've got the one Santa Claus in here because of the purely, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in there just so we have something to get over that and boss monsters that you can't just get over. Between our other board breaker stuff that we've got in here that we'll get into a moment. The one Starfrost, we're running for now. We may do other versions that run, at least 2 or more, but for right now, the one Starfrost is all you need, in my opinion. Maxing out the Fenrir, right? Because you can use Fenrir to pull the Unicorn or the Ogre, depending on what you need. More than likely, you're always going to, of course, use it to pull Unicorn until we get access to the Scareclaw Kashtira here soon. Then soon you'll be using it to pull the Scareclaw Cash that we'll put in the deck. But for right now, it's mostly just used to pull the Unicorn, or if the only thing left is Ogre, of course, you'll pull the Ogre. But yeah, you just want to max out the unicorns because unicorn's very good because you can use the birth to rebring back for extenders. Whether it be another unicorn, summoning another unicorn, or a Fenrir or the ogre to keep doing your extended plays. Monster born to bring anything back. This could be any of your Kashtira monsters or your opponents, or anything from your side of the field to kind of help out. Change of Heart is still one of the cards that just use it as an extender for one of your link plays. Or if you play a Kashmir match, right, we have cards we can just use it to go into our stuff as well, whether it be links or exceed material, or even maybe into a deflor, right? So something like that. I run into spiritualism just to get rid of back row cards, because right they can't respond to this, so I've got this to help with like runic and stuff like that to get it off the board. Dark Ruler to get rid of boards if they're like heavy. A lot of negated decks we're fine playing against. It's mostly interruptions that we care about. So stuff like that to stop that. We probably could end up taking some of these out, but we'll kind of, right now, I've still kind of got them in. The one Lightning Storm, because as we know, I hate back row. 2 Talons, as you saw in the video, very helpful for extending through, like Maxine, especially through Nibiru, stuff like that's very good to have. The 2 Arrival, you don't need 3, because right, we've got the birth to bring back stuff, and eventually, of course, I'll bring back the Scareclaw Kashtira too. You don't need 3 of the field spells, just the standard 2 like we run the TCG. We run the 2 Call By because you really don't want to get Max C with this deck, even though we did in this video. It's very easy for us to play through. But stuff like that you want to stop, or sometimes if you maybe get a bad hand, you may use it on an Ash, but mostly you're going to usually just save it for the Max C and not let them bait you unless you have to, you're forced to negate the Ash just because of your hand, maybe. But that's like worst case scenario. Usually you're always going to let the Ash resolve because you usually never care about the like the link one get negated because you can just pop it with that or link it off or something and then just replay it again in the main zone and re-add the field spell because it's not a hard once per turn. And the one straddle right good for protection and OTKs, so it's very good. We didn't use it, but we had it if we wanted to do extra damage or protect in case they since we did play Sky Striker when they bring out the one that negate basically won't let you attack for the rest of the turn. So we could have used that to protect against even if they did go that. So that's why I kept it just in case they had a way of doing that. The floor for negates and the pop, right? Dweller to stop stuff in the grave that's still pretty heavy. Dublosis, you don't necessarily have to run it. We could run the Link Spider instead. So if you want to take this out or this out, maybe you want to keep this to get rid of stuff in the extra deck to help out and get rid of the Shangri Era and put in a Link Spider. That's fine. One of these two is more of a personal preference. I'd probably say more the Shangri Era. Because this way, if you've got this, you've already got 2 Kashtira on field, you're better off just leaving them on the field for interruption plays during your opponent's end for attack, and also it could be material for going into getting to Tryhard as well, or into Blackluster Soldier. So I'm going to BLS. Zeus, of course, because you're already running these guys, so it's very easy to get into 7s or the 4. So good thing to wipe out on the board. Good just to have backup. You want to run triple of these. We've got the room. just in case. I mean, if you wanted to, you could cut it down to 2 worst case scenario. But I like running at 3 because a lot of people will usually, a lot of times we'll ash them. So if you just bring out another one, they wasted the ash, and you just keep going through like nothing happened. We hate back row yet again, so Phoenix just to get rid of stuff like that. Charmer, depending on the format, it could be any other Charmers depending on the format. Usually it's going to be more of the Earth or like the Dark, or probably the Light. But usually Earth and Dark are the most popular, so it really just kind of depends on personal preference in the meta. BLS is really good. Really good against, like Runerick, really good against Cash. We want to run triple of these guys, like I mentioned in all my videos. Just so, like the video you saw here today is a perfect example where you can go through, play them all 3 in one turn, and use it to OTK. It doesn't give them another turn. It's like they did mine, right, where they negated it, or like removed from play the level 3. You just go into the other one. But if you have a second one, it's going to give them another turn if you just have 2. So like you saw in the video, in this case we had the 3, right, we were able to go for a game. He didn't get another turn. And they already had so many cards in hand thanks to the Max C. They probably could have beat us. It would have been very difficult for us to push back. But since we had 3, that didn't matter. We just ran for game. So you have to run 3, especially in TCG, but even more so here in Master Duel with it being a best of 1. So if you guys enjoyed the video and the deck breakdown, definitely consider like, following, and subscribing if you haven't already. Let me know what other videos you would like to see Master Duel or Scareclaw related. But I appreciate you guys' love and support, and peace out.